Hello and welcome back to another one of my FPL videos. I of course am the FPL train, and in this video we're going to be looking at some transfer plans ahead of game week 19, even though obviously 18 is still going on, but there's only one game left, so it's pretty much done and dusted anyway. So before we go looking at game week 19's plans, let's look back on game week 18's, and as you can see, first up I had Simikash out, which might have been a surprise at first for some people, maybe, if anybody actually watched the video. But overall, it turned out to be the right decision because he went off injured against Arsenal with a suspected broken collarbone. So he's going to be out for some time. And even when he comes back, he's going to lose his position anyway. So he's definitely for sure an out, and I was right about that. Replacement, not so much. Torres, he had a knock in the last game, and he didn't play in obviously game week 18. So I was wrong about that. I should have probably gone for like a Konza or somebody. But even then, they didn't keep a clean sheet, Aston Villa. But yeah, I was completely wrong about that one. I should have gone for a different Aston Villa defender, or maybe somebody like an Arsenal defender long term. The second one on here, HeungMin hasn't actually played yet against Chelsea. That one's still yet to be done, so we still don't know the outcome of that one. But the replacement in Richarlison wasn't wrong. He got a goal, pretty decent to fair, against Everton, his old club. No obviously bonus points or anything like that, but he still managed to get you a nice goal. So you got 8 points for Richarlison, so at least I got that one right. And then the last one, I mean, it's not exactly amazing, but it's kind of right at the same time. So Darwin Nunes, he didn't start against Arsenal, came on. I mean, he didn't get a yellow card, so I guess that's a bonus, but he didn't exactly set the world alight. And obviously the replacement, Ollie Watkins, I mean, it felt like the perfect time to have Ollie Watkins in your team. Sheffield United, at home. Didn't happen though. Only got 2 points, so yeah, disappointing. He could have got an assist, but ruled out for offside that goal, but yeah, I mean, technically I got 2 right, but I can't really claim the Ollie Watkins one really, because let's face it, we all expected him to do so much better. So then with the first transfer I've got in here, it's taken out Lascelles for Kyle Walker. Now Lascelles did go off injured against Luton, so he could be out for some time, maybe not long at all to be honest. Don't know much about the injury at all to be fair, but Botman's back, Burns back for Newcastle, so they've got players back now, the ones that originally starting for Newcastle, so it looks like with this injury that's not going to help Lascelles. He's going to possibly get dropped and he won't be in the team for some time, and his fixtures going forward aren't exactly the easiest. So obviously game week 19 is Forest, which is probably the easiest fixture out of the ones coming up, and if he is injured for that, maybe he comes back for game week 20, it's a nightmare load of fixtures. He's got Liverpool, Man City and Villa. 2 out of the 3 are going to be away. I think it's time to get rid of Lascelles. If you got on him early, you might get some value out of him. But yeah, I think he's definitely a hard sell now. And replacing him with Kyle Walker now, I've got him down. Now, Man City's defence hasn't been amazing this season, to be fair. But usually after Christmas, they seem to smash it. So I've got Kyle Walker on it. Is he going to get you an assist or a goal? Probably not. Not really. You're hoping more or less on a clean sheet. And you do think the second half of the season, Man City are going to really smash it. And the fixtures coming up are decent. They've got Everton, Sheffield United, Newcastle's going to be tough, Burnley. So 3 out of the 4, I think they can get clean sheets on quite nicely. And Kyle Walker plays 90 minutes pretty much every game for Man City. So if you want a guy who's definitely going to be starting, more likely than not, Kyle Walker will be starting for Man City. So I think that would be a pretty decent transfer to go for in the future anyway, with the fixtures they've got coming up. So yeah, Kyle Walker for Lascelles I think would be a good transfer. So the next transfer I've got in here is taking out Son for Odegaard. Now obviously Son's just scored against Everton, which seems a bit silly to want to take him out, but he's going to be going away to the Asia Cup or something like that. I'm not 100% what it's called, but he's going to be gone from game week 21 onwards. So you've only really got 2 game weeks left of Son, and the 2 games are Brighton and Bournemouth. Now Bournemouth are in hot form right now, so do you really want to be going for them? Not really, if I'm being honest. Even though it is at home, maybe they could score, and Brighton, they're a good team. It depends what Brighton team turns up. So they're 2 tough games really for Son. So maybe it is the right time to get rid of him now. Just get him a bit early before everybody else, because he might not perform the next 2 games, and bring in Martin Odegaard. Now he's just got himself an assist against obviously Liverpool, which is obviously a tough game that was. And then after, now that's done, should I say, he's got a great run of fixtures. West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest coming up. That's a great run of fixtures, and he's starting to become the Odegaard of last season, the guy that was getting the goals and the assists. His XG has gone up a lot more now. His chances created has gone up a lot more from the start of the season. It's almost like the experiment that Arteta was doing with him has finally ended, and he's finally told him to get back forward, start creating, start taking chances, start scoring goals. I mean, he's not really been scoring goals that much, but he's getting more forward. He's looking a lot better. He's looking like the Odegaard of last season. So with the fixtures they've got, and obviously a lot of people probably got Saka, I think Odegaard's probably the next best thing. He's definitely a starter. He's their captain, so he's going to be starting. So Odegaard for me would be a great guy to go for going forward. So then with my final transfer on here, I've got obviously Darwin Nunes out yet again. The guy's just an absolute nightmare, and there's not many strikers really that people have. It's probably him or Isak that you probably want to get rid of. Everybody else has pretty much got the same striker. You've got Archer on their bench, or we've got Dominic Solanke and Ollie Watkins up front. So yeah, there's not really much to choose from when it comes to going for a striker. So yeah, I know Darwin, he got dropped against Arsenal. He's probably going to start now against Burnley, but even after that, he's got Newcastle, Bournemouth, who's in good form, and then it's Chelsea. It's not the easiest run of fixtures for Liverpool, so I probably just get rid of Darwin. I want to get rid of Darwin. I own Darwin, and I can't handle having Darwin any longer. And the replacement I've got on here is obviously Erling Haaland. Now, Haaland, we don't know if he's going to be fit yet for game week 19, so if he's not fit, go for Julio Alvarez of Man City instead. Either way, you want a Man City striker for these next few fixtures. Everton, Sheffield United, Newcastle and Burnley. I mean, it's a good run of fixtures for Man City. You want a striker. There's possibly going to be a double coming up. Obviously, because of the Brentford game getting postponed because of Man City being away. So, there's that as well. But yeah, ideally, you want Erling Haaland. But if not, definitely Julio Alvarez for Darwin Nunes. Unless you want to gamble and have him against Burnley. But if you're Darwin Nunes, you're probably sick of having him in your team now. So yeah, that is it. It's only a short video because obviously it's a quick turnaround. But let me know what you think of these transfers, what transfers you're thinking about doing. Please don't forget to as well like this video, hit the subscribe, and Merry Christmas, and I'll see you all on the next one.